Hey there, Olivia. I just want to let you know that I want a divorce.
Is this some kind of joke? Where is all of this coming from, Raul? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want to get a divorce. You're probably just getting off of work right now, right? Well, why don't you stop by the courthouse and pick up the divorce papers so that we can bring them home and we can sign them?
Wait, hold on a second. I'm so confused. I mean, can't you even tell me why you want a divorce? I don't understand where all of this is coming from. Can't we at least talk? I mean, we have daughters that are only 5 and 6 years old. If not for our own sakes, shouldn't we at least stay together for the children's sake?
That's the whole reason I want a divorce in the first place.
What do you mean? I still don't understand. Unless, don't tell me that this is because I haven't given you a son yet.
Ding ding ding, you guessed it. And the fact that you guessed it so quickly tells me that you knew this was coming for a while now.
No, that isn't it at all. I was just desperately trying to think of a reason why you would possibly want to divorce me. Please don't do this. You know it's not something I'm doing on purpose, right? I can't control the gender of the babies.
Well, duh, obviously no one can do that. But the fact is that I just don't think your body is wired to give anything but girls. You probably could have a boy, but the chances would be incredibly slim. That's what I've been thinking lately and why I want a divorce.
Raul, this is not how these things work. I thought that we already went over this. I remember sitting you down and explaining that the woman can only ever produce the X chromosome. It is up to whatever the male gives the woman that determines the sex of the baby. This is just common medical knowledge about how pregnancies work.
What are you talking about? I don't believe this anti-male nonsense. You're the one who gets pregnant, so if the baby isn't a boy, then it's your fault.
Anti-male nonsense? It's just science. Why do you have to be like this?
I don't really care what it is. The fact of the matter is that I want a divorce and that is final.
But why? Your reasoning doesn't make any sense.
Because I want a woman who can give me a son. A son who will one day take over the family business and carry on the family name. I knew that I would need to find a woman who could give me a son in order to do that. And that's when I knew what I had to do. I had a third child with another woman and guess what? It worked! I have a son.
Are you serious? You cheated on me and now you're trying to justify it?
I don't really care what you think I'm trying to do. I don't need your daughters anymore. You can keep them. Just divorce me and let me go. And don't worry, I'm sure I'll probably have to pay plenty of alimony and child support. I don't care, but that should at least keep you quiet, right?
I can't believe this is happening. I don't know what to say.
Well, say something. I don't have all day.
Okay, fine. We can get a divorce, but I'm going to be calling my lawyer and bringing her into this.
Wait, what? I already said that I would pay. Why do you need to bring lawyers into this?
No, you didn't. You said you would probably pay me. But now that I know about your affair, there are legal mechanisms in place that change how the divorce is going to go. For that, I want a lawyer involved to make sure that that happens.
Oh, so now you're trying to make me out to be the bad guy here.
If you don't let me do it this way, then we aren't going to be getting divorced. Do you understand? And I'll be sure to take my half of your stuff as well. You can count on that.
I don't believe this. It's a good thing I'm leaving you now.
You might be leaving, but we'll be the ones getting rid of you.
So that is how you want to do this, huh? Fine, whatever. It is obvious that you're just interested in how much money you can squeeze out of me. I guess you never know who someone truly is until you leave them. Hey, Olivia, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Wait, is this Raul?
That's right. You know I saw you at the hospital today.
Oh, so that was you. I thought I saw someone who looked like you. Anyways, what has it been now, 7 years? Well, what do you want? Do you want to know about how our daughters are doing or something like that?
What are you talking about? Why would I want to hear about them?
You know, the only reason that I haven't blocked your number yet is just in case one of our girls needs to get in contact with you for some reason, or vice versa. So is that it? Do you want to talk to them after all this time?
Of course I don't. I don't care about those little brats, and they should just forget about me.
Well then, what is it? What do you want?
Well, I just couldn't help but notice how round your belly was. I'm guessing that you're pregnant, right?
Wow, some real Sherlock Holmes level of detective skills. How long did it take you to put that one together? But yes, if you must know, I am pregnant. I got remarried about 3 years ago, through someone my lawyer introduced me to.
Oh, well, isn't that sweet? Good for you, Olivia. Your husband must be quite the weirdo if he really wanted to marry you, though.
Excuse me, but I will not have you bad-mouthing my husband. Do you understand me? He loves our daughter so much and is much better person than you ever were.
Yeah, I'm so sure that he does. But I'm just more impressed that you found some guy actually willing to marry you even though you can only have daughters. I also heard that he's the oldest son of another business family like mine. You must really have a type or something, huh? It's just too bad that this guy is going to be waiting forever for a male heir. But looking at you, you must be something like 8 months along already, am I right? I would bet serious money that you're about to have another little girl. I guess some habits really do die hard for people. All that tells me, though, is that I made the right choice in leaving you when I did.
Well, let me make something perfectly clear to you, okay, Raul? My husband's family does have their own business, but his older sister has already been selected as the person that is going to take over the company.
Wait, are you serious? They're seriously gonna hand off their business to some chick?
She isn't some chick. She is a brilliant entrepreneur with a really keen sense of business.
Yeah, and also some broad.
Well, unlike your antiquated family, my husband's family doesn't have any stupid rules against letting women take over the family business. And just so you know, my husband is going to be starting his own business as well and is focusing on that.
Wow, I totally remember asking for the detailed life story of your husband and his sister. And anyways, it doesn't change the fact that you're still a woman who can't make a son.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because my oldest son is already about to turn 2 years old.
Wait, what did you just say?
That's right. I got pregnant not long after getting remarried.
Well, I didn't know about any of that.
I know you didn't. I didn't bother trying to tell you.
So then, that means that you actually can have sons?
I can. Now, please only contact me if it is an absolute emergency, okay? Goodbye, Raul.
Olivia, are you there? I have a big problem. I need you to hand over one of our daughters. Either one works.
Raul, what the heck are you talking about now?
Older, younger, I don't care. I just need one of them, okay? I'll go to your place and pick her up tomorrow. Don't bother fighting this. Just pick the one you love the least and just give her to me.
What in the world makes you think that I would ever go through with something like that?
Well, why not? What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Are you seriously asking that? You said that you had a son with the woman you were cheating on me with, and so you didn't really care about our daughters anymore. And in the past 7 years, not once have you made the effort to visit or even talk to them. And now all of a sudden you think you can just take one of them from me because you say so?
Look, this is really, really important to me, and I need your help to make this work.
Make what work? What are you even saying?
Well, it turns out that my son wasn't actually my son.
You're kidding me.
No, it's true. I took a DNA test and it turns out that I wasn't his real dad.
Oh, well, isn't that just pathetic? But why should I care?
Well, another thing is that I've actually been sick ever since you and I got divorced. And since then, I haven't been able to get anyone pregnant. I tried talking to my parents about my problem, and they said that the best solution was to get one of my daughters back, marry her off, and find a son-in-law that way.
Wow, that is just really messed up. Like, that is really sick.
What do you mean? What is wrong with it?
I really don't even know what to say. After reading that message, I don't even know if I want to talk to you anymore.
What's the big deal? Why are you freaking out?
You know, I thought about telling you this when I got remarried, but both our daughters actually adore this man, and he adores them. The fact is that I don't think that any of them are going to let you try and dictate how they should live their lives.
Oh, wait, hold on for just a second. That is ridiculous. I'm their father. Of course I should have a say in what they do with their lives. Besides, what is the big deal? You already have 2 other kids. You probably wouldn't even notice if one went missing, right?
Do you expect me to honestly answer that question?
Well, how about you just let me borrow one of our daughters then, okay? Maybe I could even borrow both of them, and then if I can't find a husband for one, I'll have the other.
You are just sick in the head, Raul.
What are you talking about? I think this is a great idea.
You are the kind of person who should never, ever be allowed to have kids.
Well, I do, and they're your daughters too, so remember that.
You're right. They're my daughters, and I am never going to hand either of them over to you in a million years.
Okay, Olivia, I'm ready to play an active part in my family's life again.
What is it this time, Raul?
Well, I've done a lot of thinking, and I believe it's time that me and my daughters reconnected. The best way to do this is if you and I split custody with them. And you don't have to worry about the other woman or her son. I threw them out of the house already, so I have plenty of space. In fact, I think that you and I should remarry.
Have you actually gone insane?
Insane with love for my family. So why don't you bring the two girls and yourself to my place and we can all talk this out? You can tell your husband that he can keep his son, though. I don't need either of them. If you can't accept that, then I'm afraid we can't get remarried again. But think about it and then bring over the girls, okay?
Raul, do you even know where the girls and I are living these days?
Well, I figured you probably moved back in with your parents or something. Ever since I saw you at the hospital, this has been all I can think of. Please, I need you all back in my life.
No, I was just back visiting my parents.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
But you do know that it has already been months since we last saw each other at the hospital, right?
Hasn't it only been like 3 months?
That's right. I've long since returned home and given birth. You didn't really think I was just going to stay in that small little town for the rest of my life, did you?
Well, I just thought you were still living in town.
Well, I don't, so don't go bothering my parents trying to talk about how you want me back. I don't even live there anymore, you got it?
Oh, sure. I got it, all right. Okay, then, would you mind telling me where you live now? I can go and pick the girls up.
What are you talking about?
I talked to my parents, and even they agreed that it would be best if you and I got back together again. It took a lot of convincing them, though.
No! Are you even listening to me? I don't want to even see you ever again.
That's fine. Just tell me where you live, and then stay in the house when I arrive.
I don't want you to even come anywhere near my family.
Okay, I feel like you're really not understanding what I'm trying to say here. I want to see my daughters. If you don't want me to go there, then you and the girls need to come to me. But I'm happy to come to you. I feel like I'm giving you a lot here, so what is the big deal? Why isn't this enough?
It isn't about enough. I just don't want you at all.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that not only do I have our girls, but I have another 2 sons with my husband. How dare you even try to ask me to leave behind this life just to be with you?
Wait, so your last kid was a boy too? Are you kidding me?
Don't change the subject, Raul. I am really not in the mood. I want to make it clear enough that it sticks in that thick head of yours that I will never, ever marry you ever again.
Hey, well, you don't need to be so mean about it, okay?
And just so you know, I don't have any intention of divorcing my husband at all, either. Him and I found each other and built a beautiful family together. So if you really think that you can waltz right in and take what you want, then you have another thing coming.
Okay, hold on. You're not listening to me. I need you and the girls back. I'm desperate here. If you don't come back to me, then my cousin is going to take over the family business.
Well, I think your cousin is a much better pick for that job than you will ever be.
What makes you say that?
In fact, thinking of your family, I don't know anyone who I would want to take over the business more than your cousin. I bet your grandpa probably feels the same way, too.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I'm sure you were never even being considered to take over the company, so there's no need to worry about getting me or the girls back.
But I still don't have a male heir. I need a son.
I think the company is going to be in far better hands with your cousin on top.
Well, now you're making it sound like I have no idea how to run a business.
Well, do you?
Well, I mean, I'll learn on the job.
All right then, I think that settles that.
What are you talking about? Nothing is settled. Do you hear me?
Look, if you want to say anything else to me, you can talk to me through my lawyer, okay? I imagine you still have her contact info lying around somewhere. That will be the only route you have to me, since I am going to block you now.
Oh, wait, no, you can't do this to me. They're my daughters too.
This will be the last message you get from me. Goodbye, Raul. A few days later, I had finished blocking Raul on every social media platform I could think of. After I did that, though, he began incessantly calling my parents. He was trying to threaten them by saying that my new husband wasn't the real father of my sons. Of course, both my daughters already knew that they weren't blood related to my new husband, but my parents called me concerned about what Raul was saying, and I explained to them how he was a liar and how we're all living as one big happy family. That seems to have solved the issue as far as my parents were concerned, but just in case, I went to my lawyer and asked her to issue a warning to Raul to never contact my family again. A bit later, I heard that Raul's cousin did indeed take over the family business. Raul flew into a rage and caused such a scene that he was actually disinherited entirely. Now, he lives in a tiny apartment on the outskirts of town, working multiple part-time jobs and barely eking by in life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Matilda! Matilda! Yes, Noreen? What is it? What on earth do you think you're doing? I'm putting Luna and Everly down to sleep for their afternoon nap. You're not taking a nap alongside them now, are you? No, of course not, Noreen. Do you not see that your sister-in-law is in the kitchen busy preparing the ingredients for dinner? Are you not ashamed to be lazing around in here, letting her do everything all by herself? I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to look like I was trying to slack off. I'll head out to the kitchen straight away. It seems they're both sound asleep now anyway. Chop, chop, Sleeping Beauty! No time to be napping on the job. I really wasn't sleeping, Noreen. I was just putting the babies down for their afternoon nap. It's okay, Matilda. You can admit that you fell asleep. It's obvious that you did, anyway, because the pillow left a mark on your cheek from where you've been lying down. You really do sleep a lot, huh? Way more than I did after I gave birth. That's because you always have unnatural levels of energy. Honestly, I can't believe this. Here I am, an old and decrepit lady, venturing out into the cold winter air to get the extra ingredients we needed. But I was confident that everything would be going smoothly back home because I have not one but two daughters-in-law that I thought I could trust. So imagine my dismay when I came back to find that one was sprawled out on the sofa, napping in broad daylight. Well, these days it's just that Luna won't sleep at night and only sleeps during the day, so I'm barely getting any hours of sleep when I should be. And then there's the fact that just the perfect amount of sunlight comes through the windows at your house, Noreen. It's just the perfect conditions for an afternoon nap. Stop making excuses. You didn't fall asleep because of the sunlight making you feel cozy or whatever. You fell asleep because you wanted to neglect your duties and leave all the food prep to your sister-in-law. Am I wrong? It's already 4 p.m. and we've barely gotten started. I'm sorry. Give that to me, Noreen, and I'll do it for you. Oh, forget it. I'll do this. You just focus on washing and chopping the vegetables for now. Don't cut them too thick, but also don't cut them too thin, okay? Yes. This is Thanksgiving dinner, after all. Presentation is key. Ouch! Are you okay, Matilda? My wrist just feels really sore. Well, you have been carrying the turkey around, and that's pretty heavy, I guess. How can you be so weak? This is nothing! Your wrists are going to have to get a little stronger than that if you're going to be helping with things like Thanksgiving. It's just that I was holding Luna all night long, trying to get her to go back to sleep. Fine, yes, we understand. But we are all mothers here, and we all know that you just have to grin and bear it. Now hurry up and get back to work. Yes, Noreen. Is everything okay? Of course, I completely understand. Work always comes first. Okay, sure. I'm sure your mom will be understanding as well. We need all the money we can get while with another baby on the way. Okay, kisses! See you later.
Was that Jack? Did he say that he won't be coming?
Yes, he said that something urgent came up at work and he wouldn't be able to make it.
But Jack can't be here this year either. What kind of Thanksgiving is this?
I understand that it's upsetting for you, Noreen, but when you're a high flyer like Jack, you sometimes have to sacrifice a few holidays. We'll need all the extra money we can get when the baby comes. I remember how expensive it was buying everything we needed when we had Ezra. Not to mention the fact that I'm on unpaid maternity leave right now. Even though it's only a couple of months, we really are feeling the strain of not having a double income already.
I suppose you do have a point there. What time does Jack normally get home from work, Raquel? I remember Will calling him at around 9 p.m. recently and he was still at work.
Yeah, he normally gets home around 9-ish.
And then he goes out to work at 7 a.m. the next day?
That's right.
Do the two of you even spend any time at home together? Well, of course they do. How do you think their 2 kids came into being? Don't be so ridiculous. I suppose you're right there.
I go to work at 1 p.m. and get back at 9 p.m. and Jack goes to work at 7 a.m. and gets back at 9:30 p.m. So we arrive home at around the same time.
Oh dear. If you keep on living like that, your bodies aren't going to be able to take it. I suppose it's good to be making as much money as possible while you're still young. Yeah, that's true. You're such a determined person, Raquel, and I really like that about you. You better eat up as well, Will. You can leave Matilda to feed Everly. Mom, Matilda is tired from working in the kitchen all day long. Give her a break. You're the one who just got in from work. You deserve more of a break. You know, Noreen, lots of people think that looking after a baby is too hard, and they would much rather choose to focus on work instead. But sometimes people actually prefer looking after babies, you know. You always have something to say back to me, don't you? I really don't appreciate that, you know. I didn't mean it to sound rude. Anyway, how could someone who sits around at home all day looking after babies possibly be as tired as someone who goes out to work early in the morning and comes home in the evening? A bit ironic that she's saying this when she did exactly what I'm doing and raised her 3 kids at home, and then decided to stay living as a full-time housewife. But Mom, Matilda barely gets any sleep these days because of the kids, you know. I get to sleep just fine because she insists that I sleep on a normal schedule during the weekdays because of work. Okay, fine, whatever. Carry on feeding your daughter then, for all I care. Oh, hi, Jane. Is your business trip going well? Don't apologize for not being here for Thanksgiving. It can't be helped. Don't worry, it's not your responsibility at all. Your sisters-in-law were more than capable of handling everything. So your mother-in-law is looking after Timmy while you're away? Oh, she isn't. Oh, wow, your husband really is something else. He's going to keep Timmy with him while you're gone and look after him while he's working. I suppose there are benefits to working from home after all. Well, as long as he's getting his work done and earning his money. Yes, both of your sisters-in-law are here right now. Have you had dinner yet? Oh, you're on your way to eat now? Okay, talk to you later. Jane's husband is watching Timmy while she's away on business? Yes, the more I get to know him, the more I like him. To be honest, I used to think less of him because he worked in translation, but he really knows how to take care of his wife. He even takes care of little Timmy at night. So your son-in-law can be a hands-on father, but your son can't? It seems like you change your tune according to whatever makes life easiest for your children. By the way, Mom, it is a little weird celebrating Thanksgiving without Dad being here, don't you think? Well, what can we do when he decided to take a big job today? He's driving his truck a whole 2 states over for this job. I guess he really is getting older now, huh? Why do you say that? Did something happen? Well, it's just that he always used to remember holidays like Thanksgiving, and he would never take a job that meant he would miss them. But this year, I guess he just forgot. His memory isn't what it used to be, you know. And that's why I'd really like it if he could quit his job at the haulage company. He's getting far too old to be driving a truck long distances. Well, he drives because he loves doing it. I think it's going to take a miracle to get him to give it up. I'm willing to bet that he will carry on working until he dies. Yes, but it isn't just driving. It's hard work. He needs to realize the difference and see that he's wearing himself into the ground like this. Well, he's not the sort of person who will listen to reason when it comes to this kind of thing. He's been in this business since he was in his teens, and he's proud of the money he's made from it, and at this stage he claims he's incapable of doing any other work. He doesn't want to work if he can't be his own boss, so I don't think he'd be satisfied with what you would deem a normal job, and the idea of fully retiring horrifies him. But he leaves for work at 2 a.m., which is a crazy time, and he is never able to get a proper night's sleep. Do you think I haven't tried to get him to quit already? I worry about these things all the time, but no matter what I do or say, he just won't listen. So many times I've found myself wondering, is this really how I want us to be living? But what can you do? You've got to earn a living for your family. That's why they say breadwinners have it tough. They're tied to their families, whether they live or die. Oh, for goodness sake. Give Everly to me already and hurry up and eat something, Will. Okay, Mom, I'm sorry. Matilda. Yes, Noreen? Go and carve some more turkey for your husband. He seems to be liking it a lot. Sure. What are you doing getting up? I can go and carve it myself, Mom. Matilda is holding Luna right now, and I wouldn't want to make her get up on my account. Oh dear, it's so heartbreaking. I can't bear to watch. I'm still peckish, even though we had lunch not that long ago.
Are you going to snack on some chips?
Yeah, why?
Don't.
Why?
Your mom said she's going to bring us the leftovers from Thanksgiving dinner yesterday.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she said that she can't eat it all by herself because your dad is still away working and it will have gone bad by the time he gets back.
When did she say that she's planning to come over?
In 30 minutes or so, I think.
Oh, well, in that case, I should get Everly washed and ready to see Grandma.
I'll get Luna washed first and then you can get Everly washed after, okay?
Okay, sure.
Everly really is a daddy's girl, huh? She won't let anyone but you give her a bath.
She said that it's because you get shampoo in her eyes when you're washing her hair. You need to be a little more careful, honey. Then she might be more comfortable with you washing her hair for her.
Yes, I will follow your advice, oh king of childcare. You really are a professional when it comes to things like this. And you yourself always manage to look so sharp all the time as well. I don't know how you do that when there are only 24 hours in a day and two little monsters waging war against us.
Okay, I've put all the leftovers in the fridge.
Thank you so much, but isn't it a little too much? Is there any left for you?
Of course there is. Do you think that I would just give everything to you two? There's plenty left for me, don't you worry.
Okay, that's a relief.
And it really is a terrible mess in here. You should take care to clean up a little more. I know that you have 2 kids to look after now, but that's no excuse to be living in squalor.
I'm so sorry. Please carry on drinking your coffee and I'll clean up a little.
And where is your husband?
He's in our room putting Everly down for her nap.
And why is the hall outside the bathroom all wet? You're just asking for somebody to slip and fall. You need to be more careful when you have little ones running around.
Well, it's a mess because Will only just got Everly out of the bath, and we didn't have time to clean up before you arrived.
You even leave bathing the kids for your poor husband to do.
It's because Everly flat out refuses to take a bath if her dad isn't the one bathing her. She also won't go to sleep at night if he isn't the one to put her down. She really is a daddy's girl.
But then what's the point in you being a stay-at-home mom if you're still making your husband take care of the kids? Especially when he has to go out to work all day long.
You do know that Luna is still only 4 months old, right? It's really hard to manage taking care of her and wrangling a 3-year-old, you know. Luna still hasn't settled into a proper sleep pattern and requires a lot of attention, but I still want to make sure that Everly is getting everything she needs.
Well, since Everly is 3 already, why don't you just send her to kindergarten?
But Noreen, don't you remember that we tried, and she had such a meltdown that we realized that she just isn't ready for it yet? I don't want to force her to do anything that makes her stressed and unhappy.
Well, I think it's disgraceful that you're lying on the sofa, soaking your feet in that stupid little foot bath while your poor husband bathes the kids and puts them to sleep every single day.
My legs aren't doing so well after childbirth this time, so soaking them in this bath really helps.
Well, we didn't have anything like that in my day, and us mothers recovered from childbirth just fine. Honestly, this generation is a generation of pansies. I had, say, a week of bed rest, and then I was up and making dinner for my husband and his parents and making packed lunches for my older kids. There was none of this ridiculously prolonged convalescence that you young people seem to insist is necessary.
Well, times have changed and nobody lives like that anymore. You have to accept that things just aren't like how they were back in your day. People don't need to suffer just for the sake of suffering, you know. In order to take the best care of my babies, I need to also take care of myself. Surely you can follow my logic there.
Well, I wouldn't say that women these days don't get back on their feet quickly. Take Raquel, for example. She was back at work less than 3 months after giving birth to Ezra, and she was just fine. She didn't fall to pieces, did she? It would do you some good to be even half as hardworking and diligent as her.
But Noreen, Raquel doesn't actually look after Ezra, does she? He was basically raised by her mom, and that's why she's able to go out to work all day long. If I had a mom who was able to look after my kids full-time like Raquel, or a husband who worked from home like Jane, I would also go out and focus my efforts on working hard and earning money. But I don't have those things, do I?
Even if you did, with what qualifications would you go out to work? I don't think people really accept gave birth to 2 children as a hireable skill, you know.
I think you're being a little harsh here, Noreen.
Honestly, every time I come to your house, I just get more upset with the sights I see here. I can't believe that you make my poor son look after the kids when I'm sure all he wants to do when he comes home from work is collapse and go to sleep. If you're going to do that, then you should go out and earn some money of your own. If the working parent does more childcare than you do, then that means that you also have time to go out to work.
As I just told you, if I had someone I could leave the kids with during the day, then I would absolutely be going out to work. Even if it was just a few hours here and there in a convenience store, I would for sure be doing something. I swear to you, I'm not working because I don't want to. I'm not working because I just can't really work in my situation.
Then find a job that you can do from home and look after the kids at the same time like Jane's husband does. That's not a bad idea now, is it? He doesn't complain like you do, having to juggle childcare with his work like that.
Yes, but he didn't give birth to Timmy, did he? He didn't have to go through the physical recovery period that mothers have to go through. You should know this better than anyone, because you're almost a mother and you've been through childbirth 3 times. How can you be so unfeeling about these things?
Even though I gave birth 3 times, I never whined and acted like you're acting right now. And I knew that my husband was tired from his work, since he has always worked such unsociable hours. So I never once made him change any of our kids' diapers, and I never once made him feed them formula at night.
With all due respect, Noreen, you've only been here for an hour today, and you've only seen a fraction of our daily lives. I'm not looking after the kids right now because I'm here entertaining you. And you also just happened to stop by when Will was giving Everly a bath. I think it's unfair of you to assume that I leave everything to Will and I just spend the whole day with my feet up. These days, most young couples split things as equally as they can anyway.
Yes, and I'm not saying that I don't think that they should split things equally, but only if both of them are working. If the woman in the couple is a stay-at-home mom, then obviously the childcare and the housework all becomes her responsibility, because she doesn't have anything else to do. The person staying at home needs to make sure that the breadwinner is well fed, that they're taking good care of themselves. It's about supporting the person who earns money so they can keep earning well. Not just supporting them, but understanding how to support them. Mom, can you please be a little quieter? Everly isn't going down to sleep because your voice is too loud. he is, the childcare king once again. Your entire world just revolves around tiptoeing around those kids, doesn't it? Well, who would have thought it? Another grandson. Another little prince to accompany our big Prince Ezra. So have you decided on a name yet, Raquel?
Yes, we've decided that we're going to call him Aspen. We almost went with another E name to match Ezra, but we thought with Everly as well, there would be too many cousins with E names. Are you really happy that it's another boy? I was so disappointed, you know? I had a whole list of girl names picked out, and I had been window shopping for all of these cute little pink onesies and hair bows and stuff. I'm so jealous of you for having two girls, Matilda. When you dress Everly and Luna in the same outfits, they look so adorable, I just want to squeeze them. I would say I'll try again so I can finally have a chance at getting my girl, but if I want to have two girls like you, we'll need to try again twice, and I think that 4 kids is maybe a little too many. And also, another reason to want to have daughters is because they say that girls take better care of their parents in their old age, you know.
It doesn't sit right to me that people react differently to babies being different genders, but I suppose she is right. We do live in a world where daughters are more likely to look after their elderly parents.
Well, people don't just have kids for the sake of being looked after in their old age now, do they? There are plenty of other merits to having a son. Sons are more likely to become the breadwinner of their family and make sure their parents are provided for financially as well. Also, thank you for all your hard work, Anne. You must be exhausted.
Oh no, looking after my 2 little grandsons is the highlight of my days. They really do bring me joy as I get older. And thanks to them, I got to come to the city and experience what it's like living here for the first time. And I love it.
Well, make sure my son and your daughter treat you as much as they can. You deserve it.
Oh no, what my daughter needs to be doing now is resting, not carting her old mother around the city. She's only just given birth, and yet she's already making a fuss about going back to work again next month. Please do try and stop her, Noreen. She needs to be spending more time recuperating.
Well, I know where you're coming from, Anne, but there's no stopping her if that's what she really wants to do. She works hard to provide for her family, you know. By the way, Anne, I'm sorry this isn't much, but here.
Oh, what's this?
Like I said, it's not too much, but I would still like for you to accept it. I don't want you to feel burdened by it, but I still felt that you deserved a little payment for everything you've been doing.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Your daughter is a credit to our family, and you do such a fabulous job looking after Ezra. I'm sure that I can trust you to look after this little one as well.
Well, I'm starting to get a little worried that she may not be able to take on another baby, since her knees aren't too good these days.
Well, I'll make sure that you're amply compensated.
Wow, I really can't believe her. She doesn't want to look after her grandkids so badly that she literally bribes their other grandma to take them. She talks about this like it's nothing as well. What a joke.
Just look at your sister-in-law. She's only just popped out that baby and she's already itching to go back to work. She's so hardworking. Why can't you be more like her?
Yes, but she still needs to take good care of herself while she recovers from the birth.
Well, her mom is there to help take care of her and the baby, is she not? And you saw her. It seems like she's already recovered enough. Her face is glowing and full of color.
Come to think of it, she was looking strangely well.
Well, she's just blessed, you see. This is one of the many reasons why I like her so much. She never complains about being in pain or needing time to recover like a pansy. She just takes a moment and then gets back on her feet ready to go out and making a living again. She also never bothers her husband with childcare and gets her mom to do it for her.
Yes, I know, but they said that Anne's knees aren't doing too well at the moment, and that's certainly a worry.
Oh, it's fine. There are lots of treatments that you can get for knee pain these days. She'll be fine.
Why don't you look after Ezra and Aspen for Raquel every now and again and give Anne a break?
Why on earth would I do that when Anne is more than willing to do it?
Well, it's just that you said that it's the duty of the family members who don't go out and make money to support those who do, didn't you?
And then there's also the fact that Jack could be a more hands-on father, but he does absolutely nothing. What do you mean? I mean, what kind of father in this day and age doesn't even know how to change a diaper? Just now, he saw that the baby's diaper needed changing, but he just ignored it and went out to the gym instead. Why should he, the breadwinner of their family, have to do anything when there are other people there who could do it instead? I would understand that if he was having to rush out to go to work, but it's the weekend. Everyone could see him, and yet he still pretended not to notice the baby and made going out to the gym his priority. A dad who behaves like that can hardly be called a dad. He's basically just some guy who's as good as a neighbor to the kids. Excuse me, what did you just say? Now that I've said it out loud, I've realized how true it is. Dads who act like that are practically strangers to their kids. Whereas my husband, who is hands-on with the kids and invests all his time at home in building a relationship with them, is a real dad. Well, it's just that Jack earns a lot of money, so he needs to be out working all the time. Well then, maybe in that case he can be upgraded from stranger to walking ATM. Yes, I like that. I think that's the perfect way to describe him. I really don't appreciate you talking like this. When are you going to learn how to respect your elders properly? And you know what? In Everly's mind, her dad is the greatest person ever. She's a total daddy's girl who thinks the world of him. She gets so excited and squeals and runs over to him whenever he gets home from work. And while he's gone, she mopes about how much she misses him. She also said dada way before she said mama as a baby. But in contrast, think about how Ezra behaves around his dad. Earlier, they were both in the lounge together, but Ezra wouldn't go anywhere near his dad. Well, he was probably just preoccupied playing with a toy or something. Well, the way I see it, when a dad has no relationship with his children and all he does is provide for them financially, then he's just an ATM. But I don't need to worry about that problem, because Everly loves him so much. Oh, so that's why you keep exploiting him for childcare, is it? Honey, calm down, okay?
Quick, honey, put on your coat. Actually, no. You stay here with the kids. I don't want to stress them out by dragging them with us, and there's nobody for us to leave them with at this hour.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh gosh, the snow hasn't even melted yet. All the more reason why it's safer for you to stay at home.
Just breathe and pull yourself together, okay?
Even so, it seems like he wasn't hurt that bad, which is a relief. But the whole thing was still such a shock.
But if it's a torn cruciate ligament like you say, then that's...
No, don't say it. Anyway, we'll talk more when I get back from the hospital, okay?
All right then, see you later. I really hope your dad is okay. It's awful to hear that he got into such an accident. I'm just sorry that I can't go with you because of the kids.
The doctor said that the ischial spine was fractured and separated from the pelvis.
Ugh, don't even talk to me. This whole thing is making my head hurt.
So, is he having surgery?
Yes, he went into the operating room for surgery around 30 minutes ago.
Did you sign the papers as his next of kin?
Honestly, you and your wife are getting more and more alike. It's scary. Both of you are so clueless sometimes. Why would you ask something so obvious like that? Of course I signed the papers. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to go into the surgery.
Why are you getting so annoyed all of a sudden, Mom? All the information I had was that it was a torn cruciate ligament. So I'm sorry for asking an obvious question, but I'm also just as distracted as you are from worry.
Well, he's been driving his whole life, so it seems like the damage has been building up for a long time. Oh dear. Earlier, this lady next to me said that with that surgery, rehabilitation is crucial and that home care is also important. Now I'm really in for it. Oh dear. I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life taking care of him, aren't I?
Is that all you can worry about at a time like this, Mom? The most important thing right now is that Dad makes it through the surgery without any complications.
His life isn't in danger, so there's no need to worry about it. You're so silly sometimes.
You really can be cold-hearted sometimes, Mom.
Hi, Matilda, it's me. Hi, Noreen. Are you not coming today? It's past 3 p.m. already, and you're not even here yet. Well, Everly isn't feeling very well today, and we thought it would be best not to go just in case she has something contagious. Well, how am I supposed to manage without you? Is your husband in a bad mood again today? He's been angry at me for absolutely no reason ever since he woke up this morning, as if it's somehow my fault that he's injured. He's accusing me of wanting him to just slip and die in the bathtub, so that then I wouldn't have to take care of him anymore. Honestly, it's driving me crazy having to be by his side 24/7 because he can't do anything for himself. I suppose he's just frustrated that he's still stuck at home 3 months after the surgery. It's wrong of him to take out his frustrations on you, but I'm sure he doesn't mean it. I'm getting to the point where I'm developing all sorts of ailments from taking care of your father-in-law, you know. My wrist and my ankles are always aching because of having to do this or that for him. Anyway, if you guys come around and keep me company, and if little Princess Everly shows off her cute antics, then I can feel more at ease. I'm sorry, Noreen, but Everly is in no condition to be showing off her cute antics for her grandpa today. Her nose is all runny, and she's got quite a high fever. But if you don't come, today is going to be hell for me. You're the one who always said you felt bad that your husband had been working hard his whole life to provide for his family, aren't you? This will be his first time getting a long break in basically his entire life. So surely you should be being a little nicer to him. Well, I have been. I've been looking after him and catering to his every need for the past 3 months already. Won't he need to go back to making money for the family as soon as he recovers? So in order to facilitate that, you need to make sure that he is as comfortable as possible. Isn't it your duty as the family member who doesn't work to be good to him and make his life easier? What did you just say? Oh, I'm sorry, Noreen. It looks like Everly has gone and knocked over some of my makeup. She's causing chaos even when she's feeling sick. I'm going to have to go and clean it up, so I'll talk to you later.
Hi, Noreen. It's me, Raquel.
Hi, Raquel. You and Jack are definitely coming over this weekend, right? Your father-in-law keeps saying that he wants to see Ezra. Even if you're busy, please do take the time to pop in for a minute with the kids, okay?
I was actually calling you to say that I was hoping to leave the kids with you.
What?
My mom slipped on the sidewalk when it was raining and injured her back.
She did?
Why do you sound so shocked?
So, what's going to happen now?
Well, she has to be hospitalized for the time being because she can't walk properly again yet. It seems like proper rehabilitation is going to be really important here. Oh, and since she's going to be in the hospital anyway, she's decided to go ahead and get treatment for her knee as well.
But then, what about the kids?
Well, you're our only option, really. We don't like the idea of leaving the kids with strangers.
Why can't you just hire a nanny or something?
If I was going to hire a nanny, then I never would have asked my mom to look after the kids in the first place now, would I? How could I leave my newborn with somebody I don't even know? It will be for 2 weeks at most. Please just look after Ezra and Aspen for 2 weeks. You're at home all the time anyway, so surely you'll be able to do it.
Yes, but I'm also your father-in-law's full-time carer at the moment.
Yes, but he's not that physically impaired, really, is he? Please just watch them for 10 days. No, 2 weeks.
But I don't want to.
But Noreen, you have never once looked after the kids for us before, have you? Because my mom has always been the one to take them. Can you please just be a proper grandma to them just this once? As I said, it will be 2 weeks at most. Because Ezra is already in kindergarten, you only have the baby to worry about, and he's still tiny. Please, I'm begging you. I will pay you generously for it as well, just like you paid my mom before.
Do you really think that the money is the problem here? I really can't believe this.
I know that it's hard to look after toddlers, but Ezra is bigger now and spends most of the time at kindergarten. And it's really not that hard looking after a tiny baby who can't walk or talk. So please just do this one thing for me, okay? I need to go out to work and earn money for the family. You are the one who always said that you like the fact that I prioritize my work and encouraged me to continue working long hours like this after all.
Hi, Noreen. I'm here. Ugh, just in time. Is everything okay? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with Ezra? Why is he in the other room crying by himself? I gave him a telling off. What for? The wretched little thing doesn't know how to be grateful. He's barely even 6 years old, so how is he meant to understand how to be grateful? What has he done to make you say something like that? His dad goes out every morning at the crack of dawn and comes home after dark 300 out of the 365 days in the year in order to pay the money that puts his food on the table. But when he saw his dad earlier, he acted like he barely knew him. He did? Jack was at the gym nearby on his break, so he popped in to say hi to his kids. But Ezra wouldn't even go anywhere near him. I was expecting him to run up and hug him, which is only fitting treatment for the father who breaks his back working for the sake of his children. And at first he was a little hesitant, so I encouraged him to go up to him. But he told me he didn't want to and kept avoiding him. Well, this is exactly how I said things would turn out, isn't it? If a father is going to be nothing but a money-earning machine for his kids, then of course they're going to think of him as no better than a stranger. Is that really all you have to say to me in this situation? Are you trying to provoke me right now? No, of course not. But I'm just saying, whose fault is it for encouraging Jack to focus on earning money and actively discouraging him from being a hands-on father? Oh, Everly, sweetheart, give that to me. That's Mommy's phone, not yours. How does she know how to answer a phone call like that? She seems to somehow know intuitively whenever her dad is calling. It's actually quite scary. But how? I don't know. She must be telepathic or something.
Hi, Daddy!
Hi there, princess. Look at you, such a big girl answering the phone all by herself.
Daddy, where are you?
I'm still at work right now, darling.
When are you coming back?
Why? Did Mommy ask?
No, I just want to see you, Daddy. I miss you.
Aw, I miss you too, princess. Don't worry, I'll be finished with work soon enough. Is Mommy there? Would you be able to pass the phone over to her?
No, my phone.
Okay then, princess. Do you want to chat with Daddy for a little longer?
I know that my mother-in-law's worries come from concern for her sons. She doesn't like the idea of them not being able to relax at home after having been at work all day long. However, contrary to her ideals, my husband is a hands-on father, using all of his free time to help with the childcare and be as involved as he possibly can be with our daughters. My husband has the love of his children, and he will continue to have it in the future as well. There really is no better way to judge someone's character than the measure of a child's affection. Children grow through receiving attention and affection from their parents, and if a child's eyes light up when their parent walks into the room, then you know that they are doing a good job. My mother-in-law, however, thought that my husband being a hands-on dad would be exploiting him, because she believed that if the wife stays at home, it's her duty and her duty alone to look after the children, and she shouldn't bother her working husband with it. However, she isn't so good at taking responsibility for her own words. I guess this is what they mean when they say that words are like arrows. When are you coming to pick up Ezra and Aspen?
I'm so sorry, Noreen. My mom hasn't finished with her rehabilitation treatment yet, you see. And I'm also taking advantage of being able to go outside more. So I'm busy exercising these days, and I don't have time to look after the kids myself. Please just look after them for a little while longer.
But this isn't what we agreed on! You said that I would be looking after them for 2 weeks at most. Your father-in-law is feeling a little better, so he's starting to slowly go outside again. So I'm able to get some respite from him at least. But I can never properly get some rest because I always have to change a poopy diaper or ask Ezra why he's crying yet again.
I'm sorry, but what do you expect me to do? I need to go to work and earn money. Should I ask Dad to take time off work and become a stay-at-home dad then?
Of course not! Why on earth would you ask your husband who earns so much money to take time off work for something like that?
Exactly! Why would I? So if I don't get him to do that, then the only person left who can look after the kids is you, Noreen. Please can you just look after them for 2 more weeks? This time when I say 2 weeks, I actually mean 2 weeks. Like I said, I will pay you for your efforts. I'll give you enough to go to all of your favorite restaurants and eat all of your favorite foods.
Even if you give me the money, when am I going to find the time to spend it? I spend my days looking after your kids and my evenings dealing with my grumpy old husband. I don't even get to see the sunlight anymore. I feel like I'm going to wither away in the darkness without seeing the light of day ever again.
Oh, come on, Noreen. I think you're exaggerating a little. It's only been 2 weeks. My mom has been looking after Ezra for the past 6 years, you know. So a few weeks really is nothing in comparison, you know.
You're lying to me, aren't you? It isn't just going to be 2 weeks, is it? You're trying to get me to take over from your mom now, aren't you? You're going to keep saying a few weeks more, a few weeks more, a few weeks more, and then it will turn into a few years more.
Oh, sorry, my boss is calling me. Gotta go. I've got a lot of work to do today, you know. I can't be sitting around chatting. Jack will be home late again today, so if you could put the kids to sleep again, that would be great. I'll finish early tomorrow, so I'll be able to put them down tomorrow evening.
You want them to sleep at my place again?
I'll give you even more money, okay?
You keep going on about the money, the money, the money! I've had enough of this already. You can't raise children like this. This is not right. Are you going to raise your children with money? Money doesn't give them attention and teach them life skills. You need to raise them with love and affection, just like Will and Matilda do. They really know how to parent properly. They are an example to us all.
But Noreen, you always said that you hated the way that Will and Matilda raised their kids and that you thought their family dynamic was fundamentally wrong. You're changing your tune now just because you don't want to look after Ezra and Aspen anymore. Am I wrong? You really are a piece of work. I can see right through you now. But if you think Will and Matilda are such model parents, I will quit my job and become a stay-at-home mom like Matilda. Is that what you want from me?
No, that's not necessarily what I'm saying. If she becomes a stay-at-home mom, then things are going to be hard for my son as the sole breadwinner. But if she carries on working, then things are going to be hard for me. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm sorry, Jack, but I think I'm going to choose myself in this case.
So, what should I do then, Noreen?
Yes, I think it's a good idea for you to become a stay-at-home mom. Use Matilda as an example and raise your kids the way she does.
Okay, fine. I'll do that. I'll be able to look after my mom as she recovers if I'm not working anymore as well. So I get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But I'm also going to make it so that Jack does his fair share of looking after the kids. And you're not going to be able to say anything to me about it, okay? I actually want to keep working. But I'm doing this for your sake, okay? You had better remember that and be grateful.
Okay, fine, I understand. You won't hear a single peep out of me. Now hurry up and quit your job and then come and take your kids off my hands already. My love for my sons definitely doesn't surpass my desire to live a comfortable life in my old age. This is the end of the story. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content.